What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Friday. It is April 10th, 2020. And this is actually a topic I've wanted to talk about for a while because it's kind of a big deal. And it's a big problem in the anime and manga communities on YouTube. And it has to do with the copyright system. It's incredibly broken, and it can bring channels to their knees. A lot of huge creators have been affected by this. I know even Geekdom 101 had his channel taken down at one point because he was reviewing Dragon Ball Super manga. And they ended up yanking his channel. He got it back, obviously. And most people, 9 times out of 10 from what I've seen, actually, let me change it to 8 times out of 10, get their channels back. Now, sometimes people don't, and I think that's probably for some of the channels that are just uploading the manga straight up and not really taking care. You can't show everything, right? And you deal with this. You know, I make comic book videos over on my other channel. You can't show the whole book, obviously. You can show a couple pages. That's it. And for the most part, that's what, people are doing. They're showing just a panel or two in some cases of the manga they're reviewing. Doesn't matter. They yank them. And in this case, just to show how broken this community is with copyright, Toei launches Toei Tokusatsu World Official YouTube channel, and it's immediately removed for copyright strikes. Toei struck themselves. That's a real thing that happened. So they launched this channel. This was apparently for old classic episodes, and I guess it's free. According to this, within hours of Toei launching a new channel for free featuring English subbed episodes of classic tokusatsu shows, YouTube deleted the entire channel due to the abundance of self-copyright strikes against the channel's content. On April 6th, Toei began to upload officially licensed episodes of the classic series superhero shows that feature extensive use of special effects such as costumes and so on and so on. And as you can see right here, Toei pretty much took their own channel down. Now, why does this happen? No one really knows. I watched a couple other creators talk about it. The thing that seems to be the popular reason this might be happening is there's maybe some interns that are hired by companies that just go and flag stuff, and they don't really understand the difference between copyright law versus Japan and here. Japan's copyright laws are totally different than what we have over here in North America. They essentially, from what I understand, have no fair use whatsoever. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not an expert in this, and I don't really know, what Japanese copyright law is. But I do know over here we have fair use, and you are allowed to just critique and review something. That's pretty fair use. People do that. But it's a problem, and it happens over and over again. So, making reviews of manga is a gamble. Even with anime, it's a gamble because this can happen to you. They copyright striked themselves into oblivion. So this is a big problem. You see a lot of creators right here talking about it. How does it feel to be on the receiving end of it? Try uploading 10 seconds of Dragon Ball Z and see what happens. Anime America says they claimed my entire video of Sailor Moon versus Crystal, even claiming my own copyrighted character. I beat them and had the strike taken away, but this seriously brightened my morning. If this doesn't prove how broken the copyright system is, I don't know what will. Now they know what it's like to be Team 4-Star. So this is a big problem, and I really feel bad for the anime and manga community on YouTube because, they imagine the constant fear they live in. Oh, is that Toei intern going to come strike me today? Am I going to have to go through this today? It's already extra stress on top of the extra stress you got to worry about with YouTube's crazy demonetization things that they have. Like, you have no idea if anything's coming. It's like having a business and then the business just gets ripped away from you. And it is a serious problem. This should really highlight it. Hopefully, maybe it would be pretty cool if Toei looked at this as a learning experience. Hey, maybe we need to do some educating, on the people that we have working for us because clearly they don't understand what the hell it is. I really do think that they have an intern running around that doesn't understand things and it should probably be trained a little bit better, and it's just flagging and taking down all kinds of stuff. It's a problem that, unfortunately, because of, probably language barriers and different laws between two different countries, actually several different countries, because it's, every nation outside of Japan, we all have different copyright laws. I would assume that's a pretty safe bet to say, what do you do? It's a crazy system. I don't know what to do about it. I just feel bad for a lot of the creators. I would hope that maybe this will be a learning lesson for Toei and some other, studios over in Japan. I doubt it, but we'll see. Anyway, just kind of funny. They struck their own channel down. Oh, in case you don't know what tokusatsu is, it's basically stuff like Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, which you'd probably know better as Power Rangers. That's basically so when if you maybe you don't know this, I'll give you a quick recap. Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai. They basically take the Japanese footage of everybody in their suits, and then when you see the American actors, they're, that's shot in North America, but anytime they're in their suits, usually, they do shoot some footage there, but most of the stuff with the big fights, that's taken from a Super Sentai series. So just thought I would throw that in there. A couple more stories to go over. Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm are among some of the staff Disney is laying off, basically. They're temporarily getting laid off. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Disney's marketing and distribution departments have also been impacted. So not a big surprise. All of these employees will get brought back when the time comes. But, what's going on right now? They're not producing anything. All of the content coming from Disney and Marvel right now is pretty much on hiatus. When is that going to pick back up? I mean, nobody knows. Nobody has any idea. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. We'll see. But Marvel Studios not doing too well. And this is likely going everywhere in Hollywood right now. It's not just Disney. Disney itself is in a lot of trouble. Their stock, though, has went back up, surprisingly. It's at $104. So people that jumped on that at $79, you probably got a steal there, huh? Unless it goes back down. I don't know why their stock is going back up. It's at it was $104 yesterday, which, I don't get that. They didn't announce anything new, except maybe they were kind of talking about opening their parks back up, and they would have temperature tests if you were to go in, which I think is kind of pointless considering you might not even be showing any kind of symptoms on anything, and you could still get into the park and still be, koofing. So I don't know. That's strange to me that they would even talk about doing that right now. That's a lot of people in one space, but what are we going to do? We can't live like this forever. The next big thing was this. So War Machine TV series featuring Riri Williams in development for Disney Plus. Now, I think this is a rumor, as they're stating here. Here's the deal on this. So Riri Williams, if you don't know who this is Ironheart. Not a very loved character because most of the people at Marvel Comics are talentless. And they decided to pretty much stick her in the Iron Man book. So you would go buy Iron Man, and you weren't getting an Iron Man book. You were getting a Ironheart Riri Williams book, which infuriated a lot of people. Give her own book, which they eventually did. And I guess it's actually an okay book. I guess Eve Ewing has been doing a decent job at writing it. Okay, that's fine. So I don't know how the sales are. People say it's okay. And if it's okay, that's great. That's great. The problem with her introduction, though, was terrible. It was a bad idea to just stick her in Iron Man. Now, this actually is a decent idea. So we're after Endgame. War Machine, I guess, would probably be the essential Iron Man at this point. He finds Riri Williams and acts as a mentor to her. That's not a bad idea. That's a much better way to introduce a character like that. So actually, I'm not going to hate on this idea. I don't think it's that bad. Now, the people that work at the MCU are much better with handling this kind of stuff than the people that work at Marvel Entertainment, aka Marvel Comics. They have much better talent working there. They didn't have the best talent on Captain Marvel, and I don't know if it's going to keep holding up. Like I said, I have my doubts on the MCU going forward, but I'm willing to wait and see how it all plays out. I don't think this is a terrible idea. This is a much better way to introduce her. I like War Machine. So if you're going to have him be a mentor in a TV show where you can actually develop the character and give her some growth, it might work. I'm not going to hate on it because it could potentially be a good show. I like the actor that plays War Machine, and I like the character. I'm willing to give it a shot. Now, here's some lazy reboots. I saw this yesterday and thought this was stupid and hilarious. Doogie Howser reboot with female lead in development at Disney+. The creative geniuses at Disney+ coming up with what a mind-blowing... Let's do... Can you imagine? Let's do Doogie Howser, but instead of it being Doogie, it'll be Dougette. Oh, sir, that is a creative genius move. You are a brilliant, brilliant writer. Promote that man. Promote him. So, yet again, another lazy swap. We're just going to do the same damn show we already had, but hey, instead of a guy, we're going to make it a girl. Oh my goodness, it's going to sell. It's going to be a huge hit. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous how creatively bankrupt a lot of these people are. What a lazy ass way to do things. Why don't you just do a different show? No, instead we're going to capitalize on the Doogie Howser name and just take the same damn idea, and instead we'll just make it a girl. Okay. This is why people are getting turned off to mainstream entertainment and looking elsewhere. So anyway, that's a little bit of news that I just kind of wanted to go over. The big thing, obviously, being the anime manga community on YouTube. It really sucks, and I don't know what to do about it. I wish there was a way that we could contact people in Japan and work this out. Like, hey, why don't you stop destroying free promotion? Which is basically what they're doing. Like, people that review your products are giving you free promotion, that talk about it, that create content where they just analyze the shows. There's a lot of really good anime creators that, break down story arcs and characters and do some really interesting content. And that stuff is really important for people to find your material. And I've never understood it. It's such a bad move to do this. And I don't know what to do about it. I'm hoping that maybe this will be an eye-opener. You would hope. Say, hey, what are you doing? You own our channel. Will you please reinstate it? Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on all this? What do you think about the War Machine show? Do you think that'll be a good idea? What do you think about Marvel Studios laying people off? What do you think about the whole anime manga fiasco? What do you think about the Doogie Howser reboot? Give me your thoughts on this stuff. I'd like to hear it. Also, if you would share the video, throw a like up. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.